Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the distance learning program. It's great to be with you today, and I really miss you, and I hope we can get together soon. What we're going to do in this part of the lesson is we're going to read an article that appears in a tourist guide about a major tourist attraction in America, and it's called Alcatraz. The first thing you might wonder is, what's a tourist attraction? Well, a tourist attraction is a place that people like to learn about or visit. And if you want to think about many of the tourist attractions in America, you could probably say that the Grand Canyon would be one. Niagara Falls is another one. Maybe if you wanted to go to Washington, D.C., a Capitol visit would be a tourist attraction. So the Capitol would be a tourist attraction. Or Arlington Cemetery. So the places that are very famous that you'd like to go and visit or see, these are places that are called tourist attractions. Now, you also might wonder, what would you use a tourist guide for? Well, a tourist guide is a brochure or a pamphlet that gives you information about the tourist attraction. So it would say what you could see or do in the place that you want to go to visit. It also gives you a map of the tourist attraction. Or it could give you a short history about the place that you're visiting. So that's what you would use a tourist guide for. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look in your books. Ventures3 book on page 128. We're going to read about a particular tourist attraction that's very popular in San Francisco. And if you look at this picture up here in the top right corner, you can see there's a picture of a little island that's out in the middle of this body of water. And in the background here, you can see many large buildings that probably are the downtown of a city. So you can probably imagine that this picture is related to this tourist guide article right here. And the article says at the top, the title says, "The Rock, San Francisco's biggest tourist attraction." So you might imagine that this picture right here of this island that's out here in the middle of this body of water is the Rock. The first question it says up here in the top left corner, it says, "What do you see in the postcard?" So I just described what you saw on the postcard, and it says, "Would you like to visit this place?" Well, it all depends on if you're familiar with what the Rock is, or if you've ever heard of the place called Alcatraz. You might be interested to go see it. But if you've never heard of it, you probably wouldn't be. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read the article from this tourist guide, and we're going to find out more information about this place. So I'll go ahead and read the article, and you can follow along with me. It says, "Alcatraz, a small rocky island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, was once the most famous prison in the United States. For a period of 29 years, from 1934 to 1963, over 1,500 dangerous criminals lived in the prison's 378 cells. People believed that it was impossible to escape from Alcatraz Island. However, in 1962, two brothers, John and Clarence Anglin, and another man named Frank Morris, escaped on a raft made of raincoats. A famous movie, Escape from Alcatraz, tells this amazing story. Other famous prisoners who lived on the island included Al Capone, the gangster, and Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz. Alcatraz prison closed in 1963. The island became a national park, and since then, it has been a major attraction for tourists from all over the world. These days, many people call Alcatraz by its popular name, The Rock. In the summer, it is wise to buy tickets to the island in advance because the ferries sell out. Evening tours are less crowded. The admission prices listed include the ferry, tickets, and an audio tour. And then in this box below, it shows what general admission tickets are going to cost for adults, children, and seniors. It shows the cost during the day and in the evening for day tours and for evening tours for each group of people, adults, children, and seniors. Notice that seniors are 62 years and older. So, what we're going to do now is turn to page 129 and see if we can answer the questions. It says, what is the main topic of this article? Well, the main topic of the article is Alcatraz, that was a small prison on an island in San Francisco Bay. It says, what was Alcatraz in the past? It says in the past that it was a famous prison in the United States. It says for a period of 29 years, from 1934 to 1963, 1,500 dangerous criminals lived in the prison cells. The next question says, why did dangerous criminals go to Alcatraz? Well, the reason that dangerous criminals went to the island and stayed in this prison is because people believed that it was impossible for anyone to escape from the prison. So therefore, the most dangerous criminals lived there. Next, it says, according to the article, why was the escape in 1962 surprising? Well, the reason that the escape from Alcatraz in 1962 was surprising is that people believed that it was impossible for anyone to escape from the prison. So that's why people were surprised when it happened. Everyone thought that no one could possibly escape from the prison. It says, underline the word major in the second paragraph. What do you think this word means in this article? And what words help you understand the meaning? So in the second paragraph, it says, the island became a national park, and since then, it has been a major attraction for tourists from all over the world. So major in this sense probably would mean it's one of the biggest attractions or a very important attraction for tourists to see. Next, it says, how long has Alcatraz been a tourist attraction? If you look back at the first paragraph, it says that it was a prison from 34 to 63. Then in the second paragraph, it says Alcatraz prison closed in 1963 and that the island became a national park, and since then it was a major attraction. So it's been a major attraction since it was closed in 1963 after it became a national park. The next question says, Maria and her two sons, 11 and 13 years old, want to go to Alcatraz during the day. How much will it cost them? Well, if they all three go, Maria will need a ticket and her two sons will need a ticket, and their ages are 11 and 13. So since Maria is an adult and she wants to go during the day, it would cost $45.25 for her tickets. And then two children tickets would be $62 because they would be $31 each, because her two children are between 5 and 17 years old. So if you add 62 to 45.25, that would be $107.25. Then finally, why do you think Alcatraz is a popular tourist attraction? I would say that it's probably a popular tourist attraction because it's like a museum. They've turned a prison into a national park, and it had a lot of folklore about it because people thought that it was impossible to escape from this island and this prison. And in 1962, two brothers and Frank Morris did escape from the prison, and they made a movie about it. So I would say that since it's a pretty famous prison in the United States that people thought it was impossible to escape from, that's probably one of the main reasons why it's such a popular tourist attraction. Now let's look at Part B. It says, find the following words in the reading and underline them. Now I'm going to read the words, but I'll let you go ahead and look for them in the article so that you can underline them. So it says admission, attraction, cells, escape, ferries, in advance, prison, and sell out. Now I'll read the words in the blue box. It says, I guess that attraction means a place tourists want to visit. My clue was the phrase biggest tourist attraction in the title. The dictionary definition of attraction is a thing or place that tourists like to see or visit. Now, if you look at Part 3, I'm going to read each of the statements and I'm going to fill in the blanks with the correct words from the gray box. Number 3A, the Empire State Building in New York is a famous tourist attraction. B, general admission for an evening tour for adults is $52.25. C, tickets to popular music concerts often sell out very quickly. D, we bought our tickets 6 months in advance. E, to get to the Ellis Island Immigration Museum in New York, you have to take one of the ferries to Manhattan, from Manhattan, sorry. F, Alcatraz used to be a prison. Then it became a national park. G, each prisoner in Alcatraz lived in one of the 378 cells. H, 36 men tried to escape from Alcatraz. Then in Part C, you can talk to a family member or a friend and try to ask and answer these questions. 1, tell about a popular tourist attraction in a city you have visited. What was the cost of admission? And Remember, cost of admission is the ticket price to get in. 2, what kinds of tickets do you usually buy in advance? And 3, have you ever taken a ferry ride? Where did you go? So now that we've finished with lesson D, I'm going to ask you to turn to page 130 in the same book, and we're going to read about county fairs. But before we do that, let's look at part 1A, where it says, work with a partner, write the name of a tourist attraction in your community, make a list of things to do or see there. So one of the popular tourist attractions in the Atlanta area would be Stone Mountain Park. And if you've ever been there, you could take the lift that takes you up to the top of the monument, or you could also maybe have a picnic there at the park. And on July 4th, there's always fireworks. There's a big fireworks exhibition at the end of the day on July 4th. So Stone Mountain Park would be a very popular tourist attraction in the Atlanta area. You might also say that the Woodruff Art Center is another popular tourist attraction, or maybe Margaret Mitchell's house. She was the writer of the very famous novel Gone with the Wind. Now I'd like to read the next article about county fairs. So if you read along with me, you can try to see if you can understand the article. One of the biggest tourist attractions in many cities in the United States is the county fair. A fair has something for everyone. It has a beautiful flower show and a photography exhibit. If you have children, they will love the Ferris wheel and the fast rides. If you like animals, you can watch many different animal competitions. The winner in each competition gets a blue ribbon. A fair also has displays of new products, such as cleaning products and cooking tools. When you get hungry, you can buy food from one of the many booths. After you have eaten dinner, you can listen to a concert of live music until late in the evening. Many fairs end with spectacular fireworks. There really is something for everyone at a fair. So that concludes our lesson for page 130. And now let's turn in the book to page 132, lesson F, another view. Now, if you look at the life skills reading, we have a brochure that shows 2 different hotels. One is Gateway Inn and one is Western Universal Inn. And then the addresses and phone numbers for each hotel. Now, amenities are the services that are offered by the hotel. So the amenities for Gateway Inn, it says restaurant in lobby, kids eat free, outdoor pool, fitness center, golf nearby, free transportation to local theme parks. The distance from the destinations, so the theme parks are 3.5 miles from the Gateway Inn. And it says room rates, and it shows the different room rates from $100 up to $250 for the different styles of rooms. And then the room tax is 6%. For amenities for the Western Universal Inn, it says breakfast buffet, outdoor pool, self-parking free, in-room safe. That means a place to keep your very important belongings. Iron, hair dryer, and internet access. And the distance from the destinations, From Daytona Beach, it's 47 miles. International Drive, 1 mile. Winter Park, 8 miles. And theme parks, 12 miles. And then the room rates go from $130 up to $300. And the tax is 6%. So question number 1 says, what is the rate for a standard room at the Gateway Inn? Well, you need to look in the left column, and if you go down to the room rate section, it shows that standard rates are $130 to $160. So the answer would be B. Second, it says, which statement is true? The first one, A, says the Gateway Inn is less expensive than the Western Universal Inn. Well, the room rates for the Gateway Inn go from $100 to $250, and the room rates for the Western Universal Inn are $130 to $300. So that's true. The Gateway Inn room rates are cheaper than the Western Universal Inn rates. So when it says less expensive, that means cheaper. So that one's true. B says the Western Universal is farther away from theme parks than the Gateway Inn. Well, the distance from the Western Universal Inn to the theme parks, it says here on the right, is 12 miles. And on the Gateway Inn, it says the distance to the theme parks is 3.5 miles. So that's true also. Because the Western Universal Inn is further away from the theme parks than the Gateway Inn. Next, Part C says both hotels have pools. If you look at the amenities section for the Gateway Inn, it says there is an outdoor pool. And for the Western Universal Inn, it shows an outdoor pool there. So that's true. So the answer would be all of the above. Number 3 says, where can children eat for free? If you look at the amenities for the Gateway Inn, it says kids eat free. Kids, that's the same as children, so they can eat free at the Gateway Inn. So the answer would be A. It doesn't say that children can eat for free for the amenities for Western Universal Inn, so therefore A would be the correct answer. And finally, number 4 says, look at the examples of amenities in the 2 ads. Which of the following is the best definition for amenities? A says places to see near the hotels. That's not what amenities are. And amenities, it says, might be things that come with the hotel. Well, if you look at these 2 sections for amenities, these are services that are provided at the hotel, so therefore, that would be the correct answer, things that come with the hotel. Room taxes are separate from amenities. Those are not amenities, and prices of different room types, those are not amenities, those are just the rates. So the answer for 4 would be B. So I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I've enjoyed teaching this lesson, and I hope that you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll get together soon. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at my address, or you can text me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.